with Coach Saban and the rest of the secondary? Just how did that meeting go?
Um, just met, watched the film. Just normal film day. Just figured out things we did wrong, things we did right, and figured it out.
How much do you expect some changes to take place in the secondary with Eddie's absence?
There'll definitely be some changes with Eddie there. I'm not really sure who's going to fill in for him, but there'll definitely be some changes. And, we'll get it working this week.
How vital is it that you have the bye week now to figure that out?
I think it's pretty key that we have the bye week. To get these 3 days to work on us as a team, as secondary, so we'll get more familiar with just learning our defense and game plan just for our offense. That whoever's still in the inform will be able to feel more comfortable.
How much do you guys in the spring and in the preseason train at the different positions in the secondary so that people can jump in if something happens?
This year we did a lot of that this spring with Eddie being out in the spring. So, Tony Brown was one of those guys that played a lot of different positions. Manko was one of those guys. So we have a couple different guys that played a lot of different positions.
Is it easier to, because a lot of you guys are the same size, everybody's very fast. Is it easier to kind of interchange that way?
I can't really speak for them. I've mainly just stuck with corner. I haven't really played much star, so I think for guys like Minka and Tony, guys that are really smart and very athletic, it seems a little easy for them, but I think that just goes to their athleticism.
I know Cyrus made a lot of the calls during the games last year. That was kind of Eddie's role this year. How important was he to kind of getting players in the right position, and how big a loss is that?
He's definitely key to that. Playing that safety position, he's got to make sure everybody's in the right spots and things like that. So he's a very key position, but I think somebody else can step in and do the job.
How much do you enjoy delivering a big hit? It looks like you almost enjoy that as much as getting an interception, showing that physical part of your game.
Yeah, I definitely love to tackle. When I was younger, everybody always called me a track guy, so that's one of the things I like to always try to showcase, because being physical, that's really just a choice to me. So anybody can be physical, but not everybody wants to be, especially at the corner position.
What's the biggest surprise? Maybe you look back at the season so far. You're in August. What would you be surprised by now?
Probably D-line. I mean, losing Jay Reed and Ashawn, you didn't really know how we were going to be on the D-line, but those guys they haven't really lost any slack. If anything, have been better. So that's been a big surprise to me.
What do you think of Jonathan Allen's Superman sack?
Just pretty. I didn't know that happened in the game. Actually, I saw it on Twitter or whatever. He's really athletic, I guess you could say. He's got an eye for the quarterback.
How much of an added bonus is it to have the defensive line like that kind of eliminate the coverage time for you guys?
I think it's pretty key. You turn around and look for the ball, and then you see Jonathan Allen running, breaking tackles for a touchdown. So I think it's definitely a big thing to have those type of guys in front.
What does Tony Brown bring to this defense? I was talking to Jonathan after the game. He said he's a defensive lineman who just plays defensive back.
Yeah, he's definitely really physical. It's always fun to watch him on special teams. He sometimes doesn't need to make contact, but he just loves to make it. So he's one of those guys that really just loves contact, and having him on our team, I'm just happy we don't have to go against him.
From a mental and I guess physical side of it too, how important is the bye week just to get rested, mentally and physically?
Yeah, it's very very big. We've got a pretty tough stretch so far. We got 3 days of work this week, and then we get to get some rest. But I think it's pretty key that we still get some good work in while we're here, and then relax and rest on the days we get off.
What are you going to do in those off days?
Go home, might go by the Hoover game, maybe just go home and see my family. Maybe I'll hang out with some friends.
What have you seen from Tony since he has been allowed to play after serving the suspension? What have you seen from him in practice, and if he's given that opportunity, how do you think he's going to perform?
He's come back. Very thankful that he got the chance to come back and play. And if he gets that opportunity, I'm sure he'll make the most of it. He always has.
Back to Jonathan Allen for just a second. He's on a Heisman poll number 5. Should he be the type of player that could break the trend and be a defensive Heisman?
I know that'd be tough to do, but I definitely think he's one of the best players in the country. So if you ask me, he's definitely up there.
I gotta ask you this: your sister runs track at LSU, right?
Yeah, sure, sure.
It's gonna be a fun 2 weeks of back and forth talking.
Nah, she'll be rooting for me. I had little teammates might not like it, but I think she'll be rooting for me.
Anything else?